Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be an update video on the haul that I filmed last week. I bought a bunch of new stuff from the drugstore and I've been testing it out for the past 10 days or so. If you'd like to watch that video before this one, I will link it down below. But if you've already seen it, perfect, you're ready to go. Let's jump into it. The first thing that I bought was the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. I filmed an entire specific review video on this guy, but if you'd like the short story, I don't like this. I just don't. I will have that video linked down below if you'd like to see the entire story with it. The next thing are these new beauty sponges from L'Oreal, and you guys, was pleasantly surprised with these. This one becomes super soft and really quite big when it's wet, and it applies It applies foundation beautifully. I'm a big fan of it. I think that it is amazing that there are some more inexpensive options available at the drugstore for beauty sponges, and I do think that this one's very nice and easy to hold and use, and overall I really like this one. I would recommend it. I think that it's a great alternative to the more expensive ones available. And this one here, this is the concealer sponge, and you can see how much smaller this guy is in comparison. Now this is something that I do like, but I think it's just kind of like a nice to have item. I don't think that it is necessary because you can absolutely use the pointy end of this one to do your concealer, but I do like the fact that this has a nice flat edge on it, and it really does, you can see the difference. Like, it really does fit into this area a lot more like seamlessly and easily than the bigger one. So no, I don't think that this is something that you have to have, because you could definitely use this guy, but if you are, wanting a specific concealer one, this one is also a really great sponge. Moving along to the Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. This is a brand new launch from the Maybelline mascara line, and if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of the Maybelline mascaras. Maybelline Lash Sensational is like my #1 mascara that I love so much, and I really did like this one. I don't think it was something that was like a life-changing experience, but it's a really nice mascara. It gave a lot of volume, it lengthened, it really is a good mascara, and I think, when Maybelline just does a good job with mascaras in general. Do I like this one more than my Lash Sensational? I'd have to say no, but I like the wand on it. 2 coats, which is what I always do for mascara. I thought it gave a really nice lengthening volume look. This is what I'm using it today. So it's good. If you're interested in trying out a new mascara and you're like me, who loves trying out new mascaras, this is one that I would definitely give a go. L'Oreal launched this entire Infallible Paints lip line. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today, and it is kind of like a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't dry down, and these are beautiful. I only bought one. I got mine in the shade Spicy Blush, and it is just this kind of like nice pinky warm nude type of shade. And if you are okay with a lipstick being more wet on your lips, and it will transfer, this is not something that's transfer proof, I think that this is a really good option. I'm not like blown away by it, to be honest. I think that there are other options like this available at the drugstore, but I think that this launch is cool. And if you're interested in getting kind of like cool, funky colors, there's also like a teal blue and like this taupe color and like this like lilac color. So I think that's really awesome that's available at the drugstore. But yeah, this is a good lip product. It's not like earth-shattering, but it's good and it's pretty and I like it. Maybelline launched this new nudes collection. I can't really remember what it's called or what it's for, but it's in their Color Sensational line, and you guys know, or like maybe it's just me, but I just like cannot keep up with all the different lines that Maybelline has as far as their lipsticks. But this one really caught my eye, probably because it's called Peach Buff. And anything that has the name peach in it, I am just into. I have been loving this lipstick though, because again, I have tons of Maybelline lipsticks already, and I think that they're a really nice formula. It does have a strong scent to it, that like typical Maybelline lipstick scent. So if that's something you're sensitive to, I would avoid this because it definitely has that scent. But this is a very beautiful light nude lipstick option available at the drugstore. I'm wearing it underneath the lip paint, so you can't really see it because this does have like an opaque coverage to it, so you can't really see this one. But I've been wearing this a ton. I really like it, and I love that it is just like a classic lipstick, and it's a beautiful color, and it will be great for the springtime. Like, just great. Okay, I also got the Infallible Paints Liquid Eyeliner from L'Oreal. This is something that I wasn't a big fan of, to be honest. Like the Feline liner that I tried out a few months ago, I find that while it has this nice like felt tip to it, and it is kind of like a larger felt tip, so it's nice and easy to like press along your lash line, whenever I get to the outer part of my eye, all of the liner, like the liquid part of it, has completely dried up because of holding it like to the side, or more like, I don't know, just to the side, I guess. And so I find I'm like standing there like shaking it. So unfortunately, this is not, I said in that video, like I was hoping to find a liner that I like as much as my high-end ones, but I haven't found it. This is still not it. Like, this is usable, don't get me wrong, I will use this. It is, you know, it works fine to make your little winged eyeliner, but it just isn't as user-friendly as some other options out there. But it's not bad, and it's nice and black, and it has a nice matte finish to it, but it's not my favorite, I guess you could say. Something that I'm so glad that I picked up is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Metal by Eye Studio 24-Hour Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Inked in Pink. Now, this was, I mentioned in that video, not a new launch. It was just something that kind of caught my eye because I've been super into these kind of like light pinky colors lately. I just find in the winter time having like a pop of pink in your makeup is so refreshing and very youthful, and I've just really been into this and using it all the time as like a base under my eyeshadow, and this is beautiful. Now, this is something that absolutely creases on me. I tried to wear it just on its own one day. Not a good idea. For me personally, I don't even really have like, I wouldn't say I have oily eyelids, but it did crease on me. But using this as a base, like underneath eyeshadow, is amazing, and I highly recommend it. And I think that this pinky light champagne shade is super, super beautiful. And also, guys, why haven't they come out with, at the drugstore, skin-toned bases? You know, like MAC paint pots? Why doesn't Maybelline come out with like some nice light nude shades and actually go up the entire spectrum for that matter? Because that would be a hit. Okay? And then lastly, I have these two blush palettes to talk about, and I like one of them much more than the other, and it is this one. The Maybelline Master Blush by Face Studio Color and Highlight Kit is my new favorite palette. This is such an amazing value, and it is, I'm obsessed with it. You can see here that I have been using this highlighter a ton. It's what's on my cheeks today. I've actually been using it also as an eyeshadow, and I absolutely love it. I think that it's so awesome that there's a highlighter available at the drugstore that is nice quality. It looks nice on the cheeks, and I love that it has an ever so slight pink undertone to it, because that is what I love in a highlighter. And I've also been wearing these two blushes right here a ton, mixing them together. I haven't been wearing this one too much as a blush. It is a little bit deep for me, but I've actually been using it as an eyeshadow, and I've been using this palette on its own to do my blush, my eyeshadow, and using this as a base. It is so awesome. I'm actually thinking of filming a tutorial on it because it really has been kind of like my go-to type of look for everyday wear. But all in all, this palette is so good. Like, I highly recommend it. I think that the colors in here are beautiful. The highlight is awesome. I think it's great quality. The blushes are pigmented, but not overly pigmented. They blend out nicely. They give just a beautiful flush to the cheeks. And this type of peachy shade is what I go to all the time. And I'm really excited to use this one more in the spring. And just in general, I love this palette. I think it's awesome. And it's probably like out of everything here, like oh, I have one more thing to talk about. It just made me remember because I'm also super excited about it. I'm super excited about this, but I also am so excited about this guy. I'm not really one to be into like liquid highlighting products. It's just not something that even I think about in the morning when I'm doing my makeup because I'm oftentimes in a rush, let's face it. But this is beautiful, you guys. This is the Strobing Liquid Illuminating Highlighter in the shade Light. It is stunning, and it really does blend nicely on over top of foundation. I always think of it like messing foundation up, but what I like to do when I use it is take a little bit on the back of my hand and then go in with a stippling brush from my hand and then onto my face so that there's no sort of like streakiness or anything. But I have been loving this because it makes my highlight last literally all day. Like, this makes your highlight like bulletproof, and I love the shade of this. Again, it has that little bit of pinkiness to it, and this is such a great product. Like, I have become a fan of cream and like liquid highlighters now, and I want more because this is so beautiful. And I got so many compliments on this over the past 10 days. Whenever would have it on, people would ask what my highlight is, and I'd be like, Maybelline. I almost didn't talk about this guy because I got very excited about these other things, but this is the Infallible Paints Blush Palette from L'Oreal, and this palette is okay. It is not my favorite. It didn't have me as excited as the Maybelline one, as I had mentioned. This little peachy shade over here is beautiful, and that is the one that I would go to a lot. This more like muted pink one over here is beautiful as well. These two for me, I just found, I'm not one to shy away from bright blushes. Like, although I prefer more like nude, more natural tones, I'll try these ones out. But when you have very bright blushes like this, it is so important that they blend out like seamlessly, because when it's brighter, of course, it's going to come across more patchy and whatnot. So this palette is not terrible. It is not bad by any means, but it's not my favorite. And I just think that these shades in here, they just needed to have a little bit more silkiness to them to make them go onto the cheeks nicely. But this is something that I'll absolutely use, and I actually don't own a lot of blushes like this kind of like bright coral tangerine shade, so it's absolutely usable. Something that is not usable, this brush. What is this, you guys? Like, that is the brush that comes in here. It is terrible, and believe me, I tried to use it. I would like sweep it on my cheeks, but I would just literally, it would look like a stripe, whatever shade I would use, even like a natural one, and I found I'd have to go in with another brush. And I guess like for people that maybe don't have makeup brushes or aren't makeup lovers, they might appreciate this. I don't know, but like for you and I know you watching this video, you have a different brush that you can use. So for me personally, I actually wish that this palette was just shorter, and instead of having this in here, just like stopped right there just to make it like more compact, because now I hate having kind of just like that empty space, because we all know this is just going in the trash or going to go missing or whatever. But yes, overall, this is, you know, not a bad product, but it isn't something I'm jumping up and down about like this guy. And so if I had to pick, I would absolutely go with this one. So that is everything that I picked up recently. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my little review and update on all of this. Let me know if you'd like to see that tutorial with this guy, because I think that's something that it's really nice when you have multifunctional products. But with that said, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe because it means so much to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!